Hello. If you're watching this video, you're probably one of the people who have heard of Vedder and is thinking, is it worth the price? Is it better than some $30 holster I can buy off of Amazon? And that's the overlying theme of what this video review will be. To begin, I'm going to be going over my history with this holster for the Shield 2.0. And I'm going to be going over my personal opinion of the company and the quality of the products. I've owned this holster for around 6 months now. I purchased it in November of last year, and I've carried it almost every day since. There's maybe only a few occasions where I wasn't using it, but for the most part, it's with me every single day. One of the things that really drew me to it was the metal clip. Now, it's just a personal thing for me. I don't like having a plastic clip. I feel like if you're going to have something that needs to work just as well as your firearm in the self-defense situation, I would want a clip that I know is not going to break. Now, the chances are your plastic clip is never going to break. It's going to be fine in any situation. You're probably never going to have to use it. But it's a mental thing for me, and I do like the added quality of the metal clip. They just want a little bit above and beyond what a lot of other manufacturers do. Something that was interesting that I learned is how they actually make these holsters. A lot of companies will get blue guns, and they'll take those and they'll put wood or plastic material all over the parts of the gun that need to be contoured. As you can see right here, you have your slide release, and you also have your takedown lever. And on the holster, that's perfectly contoured for those two areas, since they do protrude slightly on the side. So what Vedder does is they actually CNC machine out the side profiles of the firearm to this exact shape. So they don't take a blue gun and attach things to it to make it the shape that they want. They actually CNC it from the beginning. They actually have a collection of many handguns. Instead of just using blue guns, they have the actual firearm which they can base their CNC blocks from, which is very interesting, because those blue guns, while they may be accurate, it's not exactly the same as a metal firearm. So that's really, really nice. There's also something that I like here. You can actually get this change. It comes standard with a full sweat guard right here. So when the firearm is holstered, the guard goes all the way up around the back here. And you can see where it protrudes ever so slightly right there. So that's really nice too. But when you do order a Vedder holster, you can get that eliminated if you want. You can get the holster customized a million different ways. I just got it the standard configuration, but there is that customizability that you get from the company, which I think is very nice, because I don't know of any other companies that really offer that much customization. I mean, it's whatever you want. The sky's the limit. Something I also like here, this goes back into the whole CNC milling, but the trigger guard on this is perfect. There's really no indentation of the trigger on here. It is just a perfect profile. And just listen to that lockup too. It's just very, very tactile, very, very nice to click in. And it stays locked in very well. I mean, you can see, you can adjust the tightness too right here, which is where this clip is. I'll get into this later. And just have it as tight or as loose as you want. Also, this belt too, this is fully customizable. Let me take that out again. There's actually 5 screw holes, 3 being right here, 2 which I'm occupying right over here. And you can unscrew this, and there's some, well, you might be able to see a little metal bar on the inside. You can unscrew these and you can move them as high and as low as you want based on the increments between these screw holes, which is absolutely wonderful depending on how deep or how high you want your gun to sit in your waistband. You can also swivel this metal clip as far as this will go. Going back to this claw, this is an additional $5 from Vedder if you choose to buy it at the checkout. And the purpose of this is kind of ingenious. I have seen other companies doing it now. I don't know if Vedder was the first to implement it, but what it does is when the firearm is sitting in your waistband, this hook will be standing out just enough to push on your belt and tuck the gun into your waistband better. That way, I've demonstrated here, that way the bottom of your firearm here is not sticking out, since your body is obviously a round contour. This is straight. This will pull it in to match the contour of your body just a little bit better. It's not uncomfortable when you wear it. Don't think it's going to be pushing it into your gut all the way, but it definitely helps when it comes to printing and just concealing in general. I love that. It also makes the firearm very, very, very sturdy. I mean, it is absolutely wonderful. That thing will not move. And that's a reason why I got the holster to begin with, is some of the other holsters I've had for my Shield were not really up to par. They worked, don't get me wrong, they definitely worked. The problem was they just didn't work well enough. It just didn't really conceal well. I couldn't be as free with the clothing I wore just due to the design of the holster. It just wasn't as comfortable either. It had some rough edges on it. It wasn't as nicely finished. It's one of those things where when you look at the holster, you think, wow, why does this cost twice as much as my $30 holster? That's stupid. I'm just going to buy the $30 one. And then you start noticing little tiny differences that slowly add up to something large. And that's what made me end up spending the premium price of a Vedder. This does start at $59.99 before shipping. And if you live in Florida, which is where the company's based, you also have to pay state tax. So it could easily cost you close to $70 if you live in Florida. But for most people, it'll probably be $67, I believe, with shipping. But I was willing to pay that price because I wanted something I could depend on. Honestly, after having this for 6 months, I don't regret it at all. I absolutely love this holster. I'm currently switching to a different daily carry firearm, and I'm going to be buying another Vedder holster just based on my experience with this. My father, he also carries every day. He has a Vedder holster, and he absolutely loves it. He didn't carry every single day. He hated concealed carrying because it was never comfortable for him. I talked him into getting the holster. He was a little bit hesitant because of the price, but he jumped in and he carries every single day now. He absolutely loves his holster. Holster aside, my review is I love this thing. I think it's worth the price if you really want the quality. If you're not happy with many other holsters in the market, I feel like instead of spending hundreds of dollars trying to find one cheap holster, it's easy just to go, all right, I'm just going to get the best one I can right now and save myself the headache and time. Because you could easily go, oh, I'm going to buy a $30. This doesn't work. $30 holster again, doesn't work. $50 holster doesn't work. It's just better just to jump into that. But that's just my opinion. For everyone else, you may not like the holster for whatever reason, but I think for most people it will be very nice. This is also the LightTuck. I don't think I mentioned in the beginning of the video. This is the LightTuck. Now, I'm going to go over my review of the company itself. The products are all American made, if that does matter to you. I think it's nice to support small businesses in America. I think the manufacturing is wonderful. The quality is fantastic. But something I think that they could do better is definitely the price. I don't expect them to ever go down to, say, 30, 35 bucks, and I wouldn't want them to because I feel like that definitely cut into the quality of the holsters. But one of the main reasons why I bought this and decided to get it was because I got a Black Friday deal on it. It was 15% off, and that's when I decided to jump in. I had been looking at them for a while and been looking at other companies like Contact Concealment alien gear, and I decided to jump on with Vedder just because they had the discount at that time. Same thing with my father. And I feel like that's a definite bottleneck for them. I feel like if they could drop the price just a little bit more, maybe to $50, I think they would definitely hit their equilibrium price right there. They would have so many more people buying it because that's kind of what it is on sale. And many people go and wait for those sales to buy their holster. I don't know if maybe they charge the prices that they do because they want high margins. Maybe they have an efficiency issue. I'm not completely sure. But I think for them to maintain that premium holster manufacturer status, but also have them turn a profit, I think $50 would be great for this holster. Now, if you really want it and you liked all the features that I mentioned and my review impacted you in some way, I would still go out and get it. Maybe wait for a sale or not. I definitely like it. I definitely think it's worth it. And you are supporting a family-owned American company. But at the same time, if you are tight on funds, that can really be a deal breaker for most people, or some people in that situation. I guess a brief conclusion over this. The holster's worked out for the past 6 months. I like the company. I like the holster itself. I like the way it's made, like the way it fits, like the way it feels. It's also held up over time because, I mean, I beat the hell out of this thing. So if you're on the fence about a holster for your Shield 2.0 or just your concealed carry in general, I think you should definitely consider Vedder. They're an outstanding company.